Today I will be doing glow disco ball art. For this project, I am using Crayola oil pastels neon colors. I'm also using something circular to trace and a permanent marker. You could also use a Sharpie, or you could draw it with pencil first and then trace with marker afterwards. I'm going to go ahead and do it with marker right away so you can see my lines very clearly. I am centering my circle on my drawing paper. This paper is 9 by 9 inches. And I'm going to go ahead and draw my circle on my paper. Then I can move my tracer here off to the side. Next, I'm going to start at the top of my circle and I am going to make a vertical line from the top center to the bottom center, cutting my circle into 2 equal sections. I'm going to turn my paper and again start at the top center and the bottom center and go ahead and draw a line, vertical line, connecting the top and the bottom so that I have now cut my circle into 4 equal pie slices. Next, I want my circle to appear like a sphere instead of a flat circle, so I'm going to start at the top center, curve out just a little bit, and go down to the bottom center. I'm going to go ahead and do that again. Top center, go out a little bit, curve back into the bottom center. Each of these pieces is about a finger width apart. If it helps, you can make little marks along your horizontal line to show where you want to draw your curved lines. So I'm starting at the top center, going right through that little mark I made, and bringing it back down to the bottom center. I'm going to do that one more time to divide up the last section into 2 parts. Now for me, it's easier to flip this the other way around to do the other section the same way. And to make it a little bit easier, I'm going to go ahead and make some finger marks right away to divide up my section into equal parts. Next, I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to curve my line all the way down to the bottom center. And of course, we'll continue doing that until this side is also filled up. By adding these curved lines, this gives my circle the appearance of a sphere. It gives it more form instead of looking like a flat object. I'm going to go ahead and do this again, but this time the other way. So I'm turning my circle a quarter turn, and I'm going to go ahead and make my finger marks on the horizontal line right in the middle of my circle again. And we'll do the same thing that I did going the other way. This will basically create a grid on the outside of my circle that makes it look like a sphere. I'm going to go ahead and start at the top and curve my lines and then bring them back to the bottom center, just like I did going the other way. Again, I like to turn my circle so I'm always working the same direction. And now I'm going to do the other side to make the grid on this side of the circle as well. I'm trying to take my time and make my circles and my lines nice and neat until I have covered my entire disco ball with the nice grid of black lines. Now that I have my lines done, I'm going to go ahead and put away my marker. And next I will be switching to oil pastels. Now, as I am coloring my disco ball, I want to pick an area to be my lightest area, and I want to pick another area to be my darkest area, and another one to have more of my medium light colors. So I'm starting right here with my lightest area, which is the neon yellow, and I'm kind of making a clump of the disco ball, this neon yellow color. Now you do not have to start with your lightest color. You could start with your darkest or a medium color as well. But I am trying to kind of indicate this one area as being the lightest part of my disco ball. I am coloring my sections kind of close together and then maybe adding a couple extras here and there as well. I do recommend maybe starting off with a good 7 to 10 of each color. Next, I'm switching to orange, and again, I want to kind of keep it in a similar area. For my disco ball, I decided to do the lightest and brightest colors towards the right and the center part of the ball, and I want to leave the dark colors like the purples and blues towards the very outside edges. But just because I am doing that does not mean that you need to as well. You could have your lightest and brightest on the outside and maybe have some darker ones in the center. Just know that as you are doing this, the light and bright colors usually show up better in black light than the darker ones do. So if that's important to you, just maybe consider doing fewer darker ones because they don't show up as well in the black light. Again, I'm doing about 7 to 10 of each of my colors that I am using. Now, I do plan on using a lot of colors. If you wanted to limit your disco ball to maybe just yellow, orange, and pink, then you would have to do more of each color to cover your ball. I am using warm colors though and cool colors, so I'm going to do my warmer colors in the center and then my cooler colors along the outside, and I don't need quite as many to color in to get that effect. you can see that I have gone ahead and done all of my disco ball. I did leave a couple of white spots, which during the regular lighting make them look nice and bright. Just know if you do leave white spots, they do not show up very well under the black light, and they will actually appear as dark spots. I decided instead of leaving my disco ball just on my piece of paper that I would go ahead and cut it out to make it an actual circle shape. So I'm going to use scissors and very carefully cut along my outside black line so that I now have the circle shape of my disco ball. My plan is to hang a bunch of these up on the wall for a special neon glow dance that we are having at our school. Before I leave though, I would like to show you what the disco ball will look like in the black light. So after I'm done cutting, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the lights, and I have a black light flashlight that I can show you so that you can see how it looks under the black light. Here it is, and here's the black lights. You can see that the yellows and oranges and pinks and the light green show up better than the blues and the purples do. But it is nice to have the variety of lights and darks on the disco ball. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like and subscribe down below for more fun art project ideas.